Welcome back to Real Rock Stories with our guest, Rob Grad. Now, you had mentioned earlier that you were going through big changes in your life, not only musically, but personally as well.
Yeah. After I made the last Superfine album, I was kind of, money was tight, and I was, doing different things to try and get the bills paid. I was doing session work and commercials and things like that. And I just kind of, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling passionate or anything about like that in general. But what ultimately wound up happening is I started getting these weird physical symptoms, I was reacting weird. My body hurt all the time, just weird stomach stuff. And I started reacting strangely to foods, and I couldn't eat certain things. And my diet was getting smaller and smaller, and I was going to doctors and they couldn't help me. It was kind of freakish, And so I got a little scared, to tell you the truth, because at some point, what are you gonna eat?
Right.
So I was sort of, and I randomly, again, synchronicity, I was at a birthday party and someone mentioned someone to me and said, would you like to be in touch with her? And I said, yeah, sure. I'm open to anything at this point. And I got introduced to a woman named Crystal Nanny. And Crystal Nanny's a medical intuitive. And what she helped me to do, ultimately what happened is my body was just shutting down. I wasn't into my own life. I just wasn't happy. And she kind of taught me that I had to change certain beliefs and cut people out of my life that were draining me and cut the activities out of my life that were draining me. And I don't like commercial work. They want you to sound like somebody else and fit you in these boxes and stuff. And I'm kind of suck at it, to tell you the truth. It's like, I sound like me, and so when I try to sound like someone else, I wind up sounding like me trying to sound like somebody else, So she kind of helped me, said, spawn me in this different direction because it's something I wanted to try. So I started with one song, got this old chorus and, semi-acoustic idea, and the song's called Reminds Me of You, which ultimately is the first song I sent to you, and that was the first song I wrote in this sort of batch. And I'll tell you, as soon as I finished that song, it was like doors started opening. It's how I met Bart. It's how we hooked back up. It's been a whole new path that just opened up for me. It's been amazing.
And that day when you sent me the CD and I listened to it, I threw it in the computer. We're sitting in one of the offices here at the garage. We were still under construction. The contractor was there with me, and I put it in, and about 20 seconds into the song, my jaw has hit the ground, and I look over, and Michael, the contractor, his jaw's hit the ground, and he's looking at me, and the only thing that I can say is, I know, what is this? And we just kind of looked at each other, and it was just like, I know, this is something big here.
Thanks, man.
So let's hear Reminds Me of You.
Wake up every morning with something in the way. She asks me what's the matter, I don't know what to say. I've been going through all the motions, trying to make them mine. My best foot forward, thought my heart would follow, but it just got left behind. When she bends her hair up, I touch her skin. My head gets heavy and the walls start closing in. She walks the same, she talks the same. Every little thing reminds me of you. She told this brilliant story the night we met. Had the whole damn room in stitches, my palms in a sweat. Now I thought the pain would fade, in time it could heal, but I think I just try to ignore it now. It's better not to feel. When she curls her lips up and starts to laugh, I get the shivers and it all comes rushing back. She walks the same, she talks the same. Every little thing reminds me of you. Yeah, she breathes the same, she dreams the same. Every little thing reminds me of you. She's got these crazy opinions, her closet's a mess. All her perfect imperfections, been trying to get there. I know she wants more, but how am I supposed to move on if I'm still in love with you? Yeah, I'm still in love with you. When I close my eyes, I still feel you here. My hands start shaking and it all gets crystal clear. Yeah, she walks the same, she talks the same. Every little thing reminds me of. She dreams the same, she'll leave the same.